Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News, coming to you from my mobile setup here. But we had a big weekend in Bachelor Nation. Former Bachelorette Katie Thurston said yes. I'm going to share with you guys her Instagram post, the photos she shared from her surprise engagement in Hawaii, and also the video of the moment her now fiance got down on his knee and popped the question. So let's jump into it right here. First, the press that came out said former Bachelorette Katie Thurston is engaged to Jeff Arcuri after less than 1 year of dating. I don't know why they had to throw that in. You know what I mean? Us Weekly, they're always trying to go for something here. Hey, but when you know, right? So they said they confirmed he proposed at Secret Beach in Kauai, Hawaii on August 26th. So it's been a couple weeks since the proposal. There were a lot of rumors that this was going down. I guess he mentioned it on stage. He's a very funny, very popular stand-up comedian with a very large audience. You know, this is actually good for Katie. She has dated some guys from the show. Of course, Blake Moynes, who went on to do his own thing. They were engaged, but they were show engaged. You know what I mean? In my opinion, if you've asked me, you know, after my interview with Kat Izzo, she was engaged to John Henry. I said, you know what? I don't count show engagements. A show engagement doesn't count. You're kind of pressured into it. There's a lot of factors that be. Show me somebody who buys the ring, gets down on a knee on their own time, on their own vacation, and makes it happen. No offense to Devin and Jen. That ain't it. This is it. And it goes to show you that it's easier to find love outside of The Bachelor. You go on the show, you probably learn a lot about yourself. You're met with a ton of scrutiny, criticism, praise. There's a lot of things being thrown at you. Once the dust settles on all of that, I think you know more about who you are. I think that's the best thing the show can say that it offers is it puts you through adversity and you can become a better version of yourself. Well, she posted this yesterday. When you know, you know. And of course, it is all of the details of the ring. He's in the background doing a comedian look. I like it. He's like, what's up? I did the dang thing. Very nice. They're dressed like they're going to be in a Mumford and Sons album cover, right? The very, Southern charm, kind of floral, linen, whatever the hell you want to call it. Either way, there it is. The what is this called when when he puts baby up in the air? You know, Dirty Dancing. There it is. Very nice. And then a nice feature of the ring there, of course. And there they are. So very good. They got the photos. They beautiful, well done. And the surprise. So let's get to the surprise. The moment that Katie was surprised here, this is it. Let's have a listen. Oh, I'm going to take the audio off because there's probably trademark. So they're taking a photo and they goes, oh, shoot. And she's like, wait, what? Huh? No way. Gotta love it. You can feel the authentic, sometimes these feel a little staged. Not this one, but, proposals. But you can feel authentic. She's, look, weak at the knees, falling down. That's how you frame up the shot. That's how you do it. Mine was sort of similar in the sense that it was on the beach and I mentioned it was going to be a photo and then it turned into a proposal. So very similar, but there they are. So she's crying. We're so happy for you. Congratulations. And look, by the way, look, as a comedian, they always say don't date comedians. I think that's a wrong way to look at it. I think they say don't date comedians because for so long you're poor. You're trying to figure yourself out. You're doing all the things that you need to do to be sort of selfish to make it happen. He's already done all that. Jeff's a very popular touring comedian, And for Katie's sake, no offense to John Hershey. She dated John after Blake Moynes, no offense to him. But, she was like, oh, is he in it for my Instagram engagement? Which, I believe John's a good guy, but you can only imagine when you date someone, you go like, were they in it for me or the following and the things that come with that? Well, Jeff doesn't need that. He's got his own thing going on. And I think that's always good in a relationship when both parties have, a relatively equal amount of equity. That doesn't mean you always have the same amount of Instagram followers, but, he's got his thing going on. She has her thing going on. Dual income, no kids is what they call it. So congratulations to them. And here's the moment. Oh, you know what's actually really funny? I'll play this clip. You can really tell their personalities mesh here.
Probably a bad take, but...
Oh, we love bad takes on a pod.
Yeah,
like,
please.
there are, hornier star signs.
Oh, what? Who? Why do you know that? Which ones?
According
I
to
thought
like,
you
some
also
Googling
saved
you did.
yourself. Where
No,
are we
never
going
mind.
with this?
Excuse-
No,
excuse- no, no,
wait,
no, no,
where
no.
is this going?
I don't want to do
What
that.
is that even? No, where is that going?
I just think it's gross that it's like
I have no idea what the next
I don't
sentence
know.
When you start talking astrology with the ladies, you better be ready to prosecute your point. But first of all, I love your mom and dad pod. I think they're so fantastic in bringing that sort of respected energy. They're in a happy relationship. They can poke fun at, new love and this and that. So anyhow, I really like their energy together. Not that anyone needs my approval. And then when you go through their stories, it's actually interesting. So she shares this, of course, and then what I found really interesting was that she thought she was going to have, probably a longer time before the proposal. They have these different TikTok trends they do. So she said, me thinking I'd have a compilation of this only to learn he was proposing our first day in Hawaii. So the trend, as far as I know, old millennial here, is that you post your hand without the ring, going to different places, assuming you're going to have to wait for the guy and he's going to, take his time, this and that. Well, that didn't happen at all. I don't know the exact timeline, but I think she said they met in April or started talking in April, met in May. So listen, there is no such thing as a linear relationship. We've seen relationships work out on The Bachelor where people only knew each other for a month. And then we've seen relationships where people know each other for 10 years and they don't work out. So I don't like to look at it that way. I'm sure she's gotten a much larger sample size of this relationship in the 4 months, whatever, do the math, that they've been dating, as opposed to when you're on the show and you have to, take a Devin and Jen, for example, then you got to rewatch her saying, I love you to different people and all the things. It's like, no, they met, they liked each other, they hit it off. Good for them. As far as I know from the chatter, she's going to be moving from the West Coast to his home in New York City, which I think is fantastic. I still take the credit here for introducing Katie to New York City. She was with Blake Moynes at the time. Not that I did anything, but New York's such a beautiful, beautiful city when you have someone who knows your way around. There's other relationships that have made their way to New York that, from Bachelor in Paradise, and they don't always, you have to sort of find your own identity in the city. He's got all the comedy clubs he performs at, but she can hold her own too. Like she can be, she's obviously, as a member of Bachelor Nation, has all of the connections and resources of all of the alumni that live there, which is a pretty big audience. By the way, I will be there October 1st for a stand-up show. If you want to come follow me on Instagram, I'll let you know how to get tickets. That's October 1st, I think around 7 p.m. It's a Tuesday night. It's going to be a ton of fun. We'll have a bunch of audience there. So anyhow, let's see if we missed anything here. So she was doing this photo. He had no idea, but I tell you what, though, that look, like I can totally relate. There should be a podcast where men talk about the trip they proposed on, because here he is, she has no idea. I just love this so much. He's got the ring somewhere. It's probably on him. It's probably not in his checked luggage, you would think. So it's like he's got this ring and they always put it in the big old box, whatever, not a JBL speaker, but you understand. And you got it. Like when I proposed in Thailand, I had to get that ring through Beijing customs on a layover. It's maddening. I proposed. I think I had such a long trip to Thailand. I didn't propose the first day. I proposed the second day because the first day we were like completely jet lagged. I was so excited to propose as quickly as possible because I didn't want that in the back of my head. I knew she was going to say yes. She said yes. But anyway, so I'm sure Jeff was like, let's get down to the beach, let's do this, and then the rest of the vacation can be spent telling people we said yes, and then they all, free champagne and all that jazz. So very interesting stuff. So there she is, big rock. It's a big old rock. And anyhow, he said, this is his comment, I guess, on his Reddit. Yo, thank you guys. I'm lucky as hell to have her. Appreciate all of you. And of course, his audience says, are you sure you didn't Photoshop her? Is this a real deal? She's way better than you. That's the way men compliment each other. We're like, oh, you're really outpunted your coverage. You're a piece of crap. She's so much better. It's like, I know, I suck. Ah! You know how it goes. Anyhow, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. My heartfelt congratulations. And I wish them a trillion years of success with their marriage. I'm only married for almost 2 years here, but they always say, oh, marriages are so much work. Not work doesn't mean hard, right? Work means continuing to evolve, continuing to grow as a person, as a couple, and leaning on each other and supporting each other through each other's success and failures, adversity, and milestones. Congratulations, and let this engagement be a reminder to all of us to continue to share that love with the world. We'll be back with more content right after this.